Here's the score of our halftime game. Here in the sophomore game between Cedar Falls and Dubuque Hempstead. Tigers up by 14 points over the visitors. Mark Simpson along with John Yoakum. Here on Cedar Falls Community Television, we look at some of the first half's highlights. And there's a good pass from Cedar Falls quarterback Hunter Jacobson to Caden Jansen. That set up some strong runs. Riley Barnett, and then Jordan Hepner with a 3-yard touchdown run. That was the opening drive. What carried 55 yards. And it's a quick lead for Cedar Falls defensively. Look at Ryan Fink with the deflection on the long pass intended for the receiver. And then this turns out to be a 38-yard run by Hepner, taking it all the way to the 10-yard line before he's spun out of bounds. Barnett with some tough yardage, setting it up for again Jordan Hepner, his second 3-yard touchdown run of the game. 14-0, just like that. Hempstead showing some sparks of life in the second quarter. The Tigers increased their lead. This is a good play by Will Lynch, shaken up on the end of that play with that extension. The Tigers moving the football until a pick in the end zone by Freiberger, stopping that Cedar Falls drive. The Tigers getting a good return by Hepner, takes off the helmet, and then the late hit. Frustration by Dubuque Hempstead. They tack on 15 yards, setting up the Tigers with great field position, and then Jacobson with the touchdown pass, 21 yards to Caden Jansen. In the final moments of that first half, Hempstead got their offense rolling with the passing of Meisenberg, and favorite receiver in that play series was Jaden Siegert. And Meisenberg to Siegert, 10-yard pass, just 26 seconds to go in the first half. That's where we stand right now, 21-7. And Tigers came out of that game swinging hard, and it took Hempstead a little bit of time to deal with the speed of the Cedar Falls Tigers.
Exactly. Well, the first quarter was definitely dominated by Cedar Falls, but Hempstead started to get some traction there in the second quarter. They're starting to figure some things out offensively, and with Cedar Falls playing kind of a prevent defense there at the end of the first half, they were able to get into a rhythm with their passing game. So it'll be interesting to see what they come out with here as far as confidence goes in the second half.
And the Tigers, a couple guys shaken up in that on consecutive plays. As Will Lynch, we saw him on that extension play after he made that catch. And then the Tigers lost an offensive lineman in William Doyle. So
I think he's got his leg in a brace over there on the training table, so I don't think he'll be back, obviously.
He's one got kind of rolled over
Yep.
as he was blocking. Man, I like that. He's excited. Crowd filling in. The varsity game follow this one. Cedar Falls will get the ball to begin this second half. It's the Tigers trying to regain the momentum after Hempstead scored that touchdown. Again, the final 30 seconds of the first half. Look at this. Hepner running straight up the middle on the return and takes it all the way up to the 36-yard line.
There's a pretty big hole there for him to run through.
So 1st and 10 for the Cedar Falls sophomore team, coming in 3-0. Their offensive line, tackles of Connor Jacobson, Gavin Mapes, guards of Drew Campbell, Ben Burleson, center Bryce Borcherding. You see their schedule so far. Did not have a game against Ankeny because Ankeny would only schedules teams in the Des Moines metro area. Running hard, 1st and 10. And look at the run by Cedar Falls, and that's Owen Denholm. And Denholm picks up 9 yards on the play.
He does a good job of finishing the run here. Gets to the edge, and when he realizes there's traffic, he just lowers his shoulder, keeps his legs moving. Great finish to the run.
Second down, 1. Cedar Falls already up to the 45-yard line. Now working out of the shotgun is Jacobson. Jacobson will call his own number. He'll pick up the first down as he slips his way. Oh, the ball came out at the end, it looked like, and Hempstead celebrating as if they have it, but the referee saying no, he was down. So it's
Be interesting to see how close this is.
watch at the end of the play.
Ooh, that's close. I would say we're glad we don't have instant replay maybe on that one. It's close. His knee was close.
Cedar Falls keeps the football. But found Hempstead, there's argument there that they should have the possession. Tigers will run the ball. Good second effort, and again that's Hepner.
And as it looked like Hepner was tackled about right at the line of scrimmage, but he just finishes, gets an extra 2 or 3 yards.
It always seems that Hepner is falling forward. Second down and 5 coming up. Ball spotted at the 43-yard line. Tigers led 21-0. Hempstead scoring. Latter moments of the second quarter. Now the Tigers trying to respond with a good drive to start this second half. And they go strong on the left side of the line of scrimmage. Jacobson, quick flare out, caught in the flat by Hepner, and Hepner turns up the field, picks up another first down. So Hepner not just a ball carrier, he's a receiver as well.
Did a good job of just getting the ball out into space with one of your better athletes. Make one guy miss, get as much as you can.
First and 10, now at the Hempstead 35-yard line. Cedar Falls has something clicking here in this opening drive. Here to begin this second half. Jacobson on the rollout. Throws it deep. A receiver's there. One-handed catch, and that is a first down. Wow, Carter Jansen does it again. Or Caden Jansen, correction, with the big catch. Watch the end of here.
Yeah, Caden doesn't want you to give credit to Big Brother there. That was all Caden there on that one. Great one-handed catch and gets the feet down. Controls the ball through the catch.
Well done, Caden Jansen. That was a very impressive catch. So first and goal for the Tigers at the 10.
It's a great throw on the run, too. A little bit ahead of him, but still.
That catch is better. Look at that.
Wow.
Just snags that out. Right side of the line of scrimmage. And again, that extra yardage as he refuses to go down by Jordan Hepner. Look at this.
It ran over the defensive tackle.
Bug meat windshield right
Exactly,
there.
there you go. Just getting downhill.
So the ball spotted at the 5. Second and goal for CF. Hepner, the lone back, and Jacobson will keep it. Tried to catch Hempstead off guard, but they read that well. No gain on the place. Third and goal.
Yeah, Hempstead did a good job of getting off their blocks there. The defensive end did a good job of avoiding the block, turning Jacobson back inside into the linebackers.
5:53 to go here in the third quarter. Tigers a long drive to begin this second half. They got the opening kickoff of this second half. So Denholm is split wide to the right. Looks like Jansen and Rasty to the left. Quick pass. Rasty with the catch and touchdown. A bullet thrown by Jacobson, and Rasty hauls it in for the 5-yard touchdown catch.
That was a great throw. This has got to be a strike here. He knows it. Right on the money there.
Well, that's threading the needle.
Good job of hanging on to it, too, by Rasty. He got spun around and kind of spiked into the end zone.
So Hunter Jacobson, second touchdown pass. And Rasty catches the bullet, and it's now 27-7 with the extra point coming up. And Matthew Eel remains perfect today. He's 4 for 4. It's 28-7. So again, this Hempstead team had given up only 12 points in their first 4 games, and the Tigers scored 28. We still have 5:28 to play here in the third.
That's a great statement.
Let's see that touchdown again. Watch the velocity. As Rasty, little slant in, makes the catch.
And that's something where the coaches may have seen they were playing a zone pass defense where you could slip Rasty in between the zone and you just tell him to put it right on him once he gets past the linebacker.
Wow, a lot of people contributing on that drive. The running of Jordan Hepner. A great catch by Caden Jansen. The throwing of Hunter Jacobson, and Rasty hauls it in for that 5-yard touchdown reception. Tate for Hempstead brings the ball up to the 26-yard line.
A good tackle there, the open field there by Drew Sterrett. Well, that was a great opening statement there for that drive there, the second half.
Now again, this is the Class 4A District 3 opener for both these teams. And sophomore level, there's obviously no playoffs involved, so winning that district championship means a lot. And with both teams coming in unbeaten, it's it'd be a feather in their hat if they can record the perfect season or win the district championship. This would be a big statement for Cedar Falls. One of the Tigers.
We had good penetration there. We just didn't finish the tackle there. It looks like Brennan Corkery's a little dinged up there.
I think it might be just cramping up. He's trying to. Yep, he's just trying to stretch it out. Yeah, and he was. Both legs cramping up.
That's tough to do sometimes.
Wow.
You know, both. That'd be painful.
A couple of weeks ago, I cramped up. You like when you're sleeping.
Yeah.
Man, I was just, trying to extend your leg. Yeah. I know the pain. And look at, he's trying to walk it off there. Brennan Corkery. That's tough once you cramp up. Try to hydrate and try not to let it happen, but that's painful.
Wonder if they have bananas on the sidelines there.
A pickle juice, isn't that what?
There you go.
Is that something they use? Now, this is the first game in the Unidome for the sophomore team this year, and said it before how warm it gets down there. This is Meisenberg, long pass down the field, and Fink with the coverage, stride for stride on Jack Smith, and that goes incomplete.
He is right there, step for step. Almost hit him in the back here. It did, right in the helmet.
In fact, Smith had kind of played the defender to make sure that Fink didn't intercept that football.
They were lucky he didn't.
Back to pass, caught, and there's Siegert with the catch. Siegert going to be brought short of the first down. I like the hustle there by Jaden King. 72 wrapping him up.
Yeah, I would guess Hempstead's going to go for this here because they haven't been able to stop the offense of Cedar Falls very well.
King,
wow, maybe they will punt it.
They're going to punt it, 4th down and 1.
I just think, you're running out of possessions at times, and with the way Cedar Falls has moved the ball, I know it's high risk, but I think you'd think about going for it. Be ready for a fake in this scenario. Cedar Falls isn't sending anybody back.
Noah Pettinger is the punter. And it's a snap to the up man, and Cedar Falls expecting that. Nowhere to go, and he's going to be brought down. Tigers will take over on downs.
Great job there by the coaching staff of Cedar Falls, realizing that's probably going to be a fake. They didn't send anybody back. They stayed in their base defense. There's just nowhere to go. And that's where at times where Jaden King there on the tackle, but there's times where if you're going to go for it there, it seemed like a scenario where it'd be kind of maybe obvious with less than a yard. Just line up with your offense and run the play you want to run.
Seegert, no chance. Look at that. 5, 6 Tigers push him back. 1st and 10 for Cedar Falls. I agree with you, John. If you're going to just go for it, run a play. Denholm trying to push it outside, but
especially once Cedar Falls didn't line up in some kind of punt return formation, you know, you may even spend a timeout and just line it up and go for it. Denholm on the carry there.
No gains. 2nd down and 10 coming up with 3:45 to go here in the 3rd quarter of this sophomore game. Cedar Falls leading 28-7. Cedar Falls, quick start to the ball game. They led 14-0 after a 1-quarter play. It was 21-0 before Hempstead got on the board with only 26 seconds to go in the first half. Tigers take the opening kickoff of this 3rd quarter, march down the field for a score as pass out to Hepner. He'll gain about 3 yards.
That's one where Racy helps him up here. He just missed his block on the edge there. He wasn't happy about it.
3rd and 7 at the Dubuque Hempstead 32-yard line. Tigers have 4 receivers spread out across the field. They go over the middle. Oh, and drop by Hepner. Can't believe it. Hepner has played so well today. Should have had that one.
We gave Jacobson a signal right before the play started, so Jacobson came right back to him. And it's a great route, great throw. Maybe he was looking upfield a little bit before he brought it in.
So now it's 4th down coming up. Cedar Falls keep the offense out there with the ball where it's at the 32.
Giving a lot of space to Jacobson Jansen on the far sideline there.
Tigers trips right. Denholm is the back. Jacobson rolling to his left, throws it, little sidearm pass. It's caught. That's a 1st down. And Hepner makes the grab this time and carries tacklers all the way to the 10-yard line.
I definitely like that as a quarterback and as a coach, going back to the guy that just dropped one that he probably catches most of the time, giving him another chance. I think Jansen was open too on that kind of the inside out route again.
Hempstead players shaken up. Play stop. So Jordan Hepner on 4th down and 7 makes the catch. Almost a kind of a sidearm delivery that time by Jacobson on that pass he threw to Hepner.
I've definitely been impressed with his throws on the run as well.
The Tigers, they're going to spot the ball just outside the 10, so realistically they can pick up a 1st down about a foot away from the goal line.
And those are always the 1st downs I don't like as much because it's like basically you got to get 11 yards. It's really hard to get a 1st down.
We're still looking at the players shaken up for Dubuque Hempstead with 2.5 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. Cedar Falls with the 3-touchdown lead. It's been a physical game between these two teams. Again, this district, 4A District 3, the sophomore team's been playing at a high level. Only 1 loss among all the schools involved. So Hempstead, Senior, Cedar Falls, all perfect. Playing multiple games. There's the schedule for Dubuque Hempstead so far. Again, they had 3 shutouts and they'd only given up 12 points. You see Cedar Falls, their closest game, 16, beating Iowa City High.
It's interesting. They have Waterloo West on the schedule there, but West hasn't played a sophomore game yet.
So it's just outside the 10-yard line. Jacobson will keep the ball still on his feet and dances his way right about to the 5-yard line. Haven't seen him run too much in this ball game.
He did a good job of setting up the block there. He pressed the edge, but really wasn't ever intending to go outside. He was just setting up the block so he could cut back up the middle.
Jacobson appears to be a pretty good athlete. Certainly has the arm strength. We've seen that.
I've been really impressed with his throws against his body when he rolls to the left.
So the ball at the 5-yard line. Tigers will run, and carrying tackles and scoring his 3rd touchdown of the game is Hepner.
Number 23,
Jordan Hepner. 3 touchdowns tonight.
All he needed was a little seam there. He got what he needed, just drove guys into the end zone.
Tigers' 2nd touchdown of the second half, and now 34-7 with the extra point coming.
A great finish to that run there.
And all the good backs, they always complete a play falling forward. It's a high snap and a good hold though, and Matthew Eel able to get that up. Next point, there is a penalty down. That holder, I believe, was Hunter Jacobson, and did a good job putting that ball down on the high snap. As you see the score there by Hepner. His touchdown runs of 3, and now 5 yards. Now I think the penalty will be assessed against Dubuque Hempstead on the kickoff.
That was a great quarter. I know we got a little bit left of it, but opening drive, going down and scoring, and then stopping them on a 4th down fake on a punt, and then marching down and scoring again. Plus, we're going to get the kickoff 15 yards.
We'll see the touchdown again. This is the stop. As a stop on 4th down. Some of the plays in this short drive only covered about 30 yards. That's 4th down and 7. The catch by Hepner. Run getting him close by the quarterback, Jacobson. Then the touchdown run. Look at Hepner. Bouncing off tackles and scores. Now the penalty was a roughing the kicker. So they spot the ball at the 45. And the Tigers kind of a low line drive kick. Hempstead wanting to get to the 20. The Tigers kickoff team playing aggressive and able to get the stop.
He swallowed him up there. Like Jackson Hansen and Trey Oberhoy in on the tackle there.
So at the 18-yard line, Hempstead has the football. Now Carson Meisenberg, quarterback for Dubuque Hempstead. Down by 4 touchdowns, running out of time here. Right now they're just trying to end the game strong, something to build on heading into their next week's game.
Carson
Meisenberg comes up limping after getting tripped up.
It's a good open field tackle there by Aiden Hansen.
Aiden Hansen making the stop. A gain of 1.
2nd down and 9 coming up. 1 minute and 9 seconds to go here in this 3rd quarter. Like the 1st quarter, dominated by Cedar Falls. Pass, and it's going to be a caught by Charlie Bessler. Bessler heads up the field, close to the 1st down marker.
Nice. Trying to run kind of a pick route there. The outside guy runs a slant. The inside guy kind of goes out, and they're trying to almost run a pick.
You can see why Hempstead was undefeated coming into this game. They have some nice pieces.
Yeah, they've done a lot of good things in parts, but they haven't really strung it together.
3rd down and 1. Montakio is the back, and he's going to be caught in the backfield. A correction, no, it's Freiberger. And Freiberger is dropped. He'll lose about 3 yards on the play. Again, the Tigers just getting a great surge. That's Drew Campbell slowing things down, and then his teammates come in and finish off the play.
I do think they're going to punt this one. We'll see, but I think they will.
Yeah, 4th down and 3. Pettinger, the punter. His best punt of the day by far. High, booming kick. And Hepner will take it on the roll. Flag is down as Hepner runs down the sidelines into Hempstead territory. He's pushed out about to the 45, but this is coming back. And that will be the last play of the 3rd quarter. Cedar Falls up by 28 points, 35-7 going into the 4th. And we'll have more high school football from the Unidome right after this. This broadcast is brought to you by Witham Auto Center. Everything we do is driven by you. Located on South Main Street in Cedar Falls, or find us online at withamauto.com.
Looking for the absolute best deals in Iowa on new Fords? Witham Ford in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City has you covered. Looking for the Cedar Valley's largest Ford selection? Witham Ford has you covered. Our 3 locations means we're the Cedar Valley's largest Ford dealer, covering all of your Ford needs for sales, service, and parts. So shop the Ford dealer you can count on. Shop Witham Ford in Waterloo, Cedar Falls, and LaPorte City.
Everything we do is driven by you.
Going to the 4th quarter, 35-7 is our score. Mark Simpson with John Yoakum. Watch this great punt put out by Pettinger. Obvious penalty right there. Yes. That's one where you don't hold your arms out wide and go, what do you mean?
Yeah,
what?
exactly.
What?
How could you call that? And you like the effort. You want to try to get in front and make the block there. It's just comes to a point where you just can't quite get there. And plus, those are the really easy ones for the officials to call. You're out by yourself in an island there.
I had a play in high school where I was on kickoff team, and the guy was going to block, just turned, and I obviously clipped him in the back, and I fell right on my stomach. Referee threw the flag, and it landed right on my face mask as I'm lying there.
Pretty easy to tell who the penalty was on.
It's like salt in the wound there, picking the flag out of the face mask. I think this is yours. Short run in the play, and that's the first carry in the ball game. I think that's Drew Starrett. It looks like 33, I believe, in the game now.
It might be.
Am I reading that 33
It
right?
might have been 83.
Carter Ernst. I want to say Drew Starrett's number. I've said that a few times here. There's Hepner running hard. Look at him. Just spinning, bouncing off guys, taking it all the way to the 40-yard line.
I think the biggest differences in the game to me are the holes we're opening up with our line, and the finishing runs of our running backs have just been definitely the difference to me.
1st and 10, the ball at the 41-yard line. So this game part of the activities of homecoming week. Jordan Hepner making a statement. He's scored 3 touchdowns in this game. Another long run. Adds to his total. Another first down coming up. But that offensive line, look at the holes. He's running about 4 or 5 yards before there's even contact.
Exactly, and they know who's probably going to get the ball. They just can't do anything about it.
First down and 10 for the Tigers.
Which that's when it's really impressive. If you can pretty much tell a team what's coming and you can stay able to run it, that's pretty impressive.
So Ernst and Hepner are the backs. And they'll go with Ernst. Ernst showing some quickness as he turns the edge, picks up about 6 yards.
Does a good job of getting to the edge there. Borcherding pulled on the play.
Second down and 4. I have Rasty split wide to the right. Jansen along with Jackson Hansen over to the left. Hepner fights his way. He'll be just shy of the first down.
I thought maybe that was 27 running the ball there, but I'm not quite sure.
Yep, you are correct. Good
Yep.
eyes. That's Isaiah Auger.
Lucas Cedar is making the tackle.
A third down and short. Maybe about 2 yards coming up here for the Tigers. Auger and Ernst. Tigers yet to throw a pass in this drive. So misdirection, and it's Ernst fights his way, and that should be enough for the first down. Aiden Ernst. They needed 2 and picks up about 2.5.
First down, Tigers.
Did a good job of fighting for the extra yards he needs to get the first down there.
So Cedar Falls will move the chains on that first down run by Ernst. Again, good hole supplied by that offensive line, which has played a tremendous game. Coach Luke Becker for Cedar Falls is going to be very pleased the way the guys have gotten off the football today. Flag flies for just as the ball was snapped. That's an illegal procedure. You know what, John?
Trying to get a head start on.
Hey, think about it. This game has been pretty cleanly
It
played.
has been. It has been.
Now, the penalties that we've seen are the real obvious
Yep.
ones. but
Most of them been on special teams, on a kick return, punt return, that kind of stuff. But you'd expect that out of 2 really good teams, 2 undefeated teams. You'd expect them to play pretty clean football.
So it's 1st and 15. Ball at the 22. Tigers will run. Auger.
Hepner stops short of the 20-yard.
And he'll pick up 2-3 yards.
Tackle made by Cedar.
Hempstead's just kind of selling out for the run here because they know it's coming, but Cedar Falls is trying to run the clock and move on here. Look, they got a new quarterback in there. Looks like Eller's in there at quarterback.
Let's see, replaces Hunter Jacobson, who had a good game.
Yeah.
Luke Eller, 5'8", 138 pounds. High snap, and Eller takes it for about a yard or so, and it's going to be 3rd down and long coming up.
Eller gets the ball.
Ball spotted at the 19-yard line. So the Tigers getting touchdown runs from Jordan Hepner of 3, 3, and 5 yards.
Edwards
And
making the tackle.
quarterback Hunter Jacobson with a 21-yard touchdown pass to Caden Jansen and a 5-yard bullet to Caleb Rasty. So counts for the Cedar Falls scoring. Matthew Eel has been perfect on extra points, 5 for 5. 3rd and long. Look at the run by Ernst. Bounces it outside. He's gone.
Touchdown, Tigers.
And Ernst with a touchdown run.
It's good speed there by Ernst to get to the edge.
The acceleration once he got outside.
Hits the hole right here and then bounces the outside. Not going to catch him there.
So Carter Ernst makes it now 41-7. 4:27 to go in the ball game. And Eel's extra point. Let's watch that. The run by Ernst here.
Watch the block here on the edge by the pulling lineman. Makes a great seam there for Ernst to get through.
19 yards. So Carter Ernst he gets involved in the scoring.
It's great to see that good finish on the drive there.
And the fact that Hempstead knew that Cedar Falls was
Yeah,
just running the ball
exactly.
at that point. Cedar Falls able to get a touchdown run of 19. So it's now 42-7. This means the 35-point lead here in the second half will have a continuous clock from here on out. And this battle of unbeaten, Cedar Falls making a statement as Kyrie Tate will take it about the 7-yard line. Kyrie Tate has some running room as he gets outside here to the near side. Makes a good move. One man to beat. And finally brought down from behind at the 33-yard line.
It's like Fink caught him there.
Excellent return by Kyrie Tate.
He thought he maybe broke it, and then Fink came out of nowhere and made the tackle. Good run here. He pressed the middle, though, and then found a seam. Got to the outside. We kind of fell down on the contain there. Fink saves the touchdown.
So Hempstead, their best starting field position. Start a series. They came in 4-0. And Eisenberg, huge hole. And just like that, gobbles up about 13 yards, takes the ball all the way to the 20-yard line. Should point out, Cedar Falls, some new faces in the ball game. Making the tackle is Marcus Conley. The ball spotted at the 20. Eisenberg throws a strike, ball deflected. Holding on to the ball, took a hard hit, but holding on to it is Jaden Moore.
It's like Matthew Eel on the tackle here. Almost popped it out of there.
Isaiah Ajay got him high and Eel got him low.
That's right.
So now the ball just right at the 10-yard line. First and goal. They'll run the ball and taking the ball in for the touchdown. Going for the score, it's Tashawn Vance. And Hempstead with a quick touchdown after that long kickoff return by Tate. So that's his first carry of the game for Tashawn Vance. Makes the most out of it.
Yep.
Oh, they're going to go for a 2-point conversion, and they will complete it. It's Eisenberg finding Chris Vandenberg at tight end. So now it's 42-15.
Right, 3 Mustangs there in the area. Their quarterback had some options to pick from there, and this is something where, you know, even if the game's out of hand, you can still practice when you might need a 2-point conversion.
Let's watch the series here. It started with the long kickoff return by Kyrie Tate. Again, give credit for Fink to chase him down for Cedar Falls. Eisenberg, the run and juggling the ball, but catching that is Moore, and then the touchdown run by Vance. And the 2-point conversion, Eisenberg over to Vandenberg. So it's now 42-15 with 2:28 remaining in the ball game.
And Cedar Falls is just playing it safe here in case they try to onside it, put a couple guys deep, and then just in case.
And shorter kick. Still live ball. Who's going to grab it? And the Tigers finally had it circled, but nobody really was aggressive going after it. Finally falling on it is Jordan Hepner. The Tigers are going to go to 4-0, and Hempstead's going to suffer their first loss of the year. They're going to fall to 4-1.
This is a really dominant performance by Cedar Falls, and I've been pretty impressed with how they've dominated both sides of the ball.
And again, their closest game was against Iowa City High. It was 30-16. Bleacher Creatures getting ready for the varsity game. And that game against Iowa City High, and Bettendorf should point out that there's a good run by Luke Eller, backup quarterback, picks up 10 yards. And those wins against Bettendorf and Iowa City High, they scored their touchdowns just before the end of regulation against reserves.
Yep.
So
it's a good run there by Eller. Let the running backs kind of lead through the hole and then get what you can.
Hempstead has all 3 timeouts remaining, but I don't
hope they
imagine
don't call
them
those.
using them. Look at that, Everett at the line of scrimmage and a high snap, and Eller hoping he can corral that ball.
Unless they have a 27-point play in their playbook.
Look at that, Everett coming in. And
that changed the play from a handoff to a sweep to just quarterback taking run in there.
down to 1:24 now. Loss of 5 on play. 3rd down and 6. So again, Dubuque Hempstead creeping up, expecting the Tigers run the football. And Eller, quarterback, chased down in the backfield. He'll lose a yard. It really doesn't matter at this point. Tigers just trying to eat up the final seconds of this game. Down to 48 remaining. So this is a good-looking sophomore team that got to feel good about the future for Cedar Falls football. Quick plug, how is Pete at this point in the season?
They're playing pretty well so far. We played 2 games and outscored our opponents 74-0 through 2 games. So I've been pretty happy so far. Made a lot of improvements from week 1 to week 2, but a lot of talented players and just try to keep them going the right direction.
How many kids do you have out for football?
About 45.
Is that a good number?
That's really good numbers. So just good, hardworking kids. They're there every day and they're working hard and they're getting better. So can't ask for much more than that, and they're performing well right now on the field. So definitely happy through the first few weeks.
And how many games do you play for the year?
6.
6 games. All
Yeah,
right.
we played five Metro games, and then we added a game with Waverly a few years ago because they have good numbers as well, so we can get more playing time for everybody, and we play 2 games against them usually.
Is there a traveling trophy involved in that
There
series
isn't.
yet?
There isn't. Maybe we can get that going.
Like Clyde the cat.
The Tiger Hawk trophy.
Like, yeah. Like when Cedar Falls JV plays Linmar. They
There you
to
go.
Clyde the Tiger. Running the football for Cedar Falls here. Still on his feet, Jacob Michael. And Michael pushed out of bounds. That's a first down run all the way up to midfield. 7 seconds to go in the game. And
Hurry up, get on the ball, get on the ball. Oh, no.
he wants another carry.
Yeah.
Look at Michael. It's like almost the entire Cedar Falls backfield tonight. They have run hard. So the final seconds will tick off. And the Cedar Falls sophomore team puts together a really good effort as they win 42-15 over Dubuque Hempstead. They came out flying, scoring on their first 2 possessions, and never looked back as Dubuque Hempstead came undefeated, but it was all Cedar Falls. Says, check out some of the highlights in this impressive win for the 10th grade team. Let's look at that catch by Jansen, one of the heroes tonight for the Tigers. This Hepner runs by Jacobson, and look at that. That was one of the highlights in the passes to Rasty. Tiger defense. That was a special teams play where they stopped him on that fake punt on 4th and a couple. Hunter Jacobson fighting Jordan Hepner. And that offensive line just dominated this game. There's Hepner scoring his 3rd touchdown of the contest. So Cedar Falls now with the victory go to 4-0. And Coach Luke Becker can be very happy with his team's effort tonight. So good game for Cedar Falls here on homecoming week as they win. Again, 42-15 is your final score. For John Yoakum, I'm Mark Simpson. And you've been watching Cedar Falls Sophomore Tiger football on Cedar Falls Community Television.